Every moment you hesitate, doubt grows. Every time you give in to fear, you lose a piece of your inner strength. But here's the truth. Deep inside you exists an unbreakable core, a spirit of determination and resilience that's waiting to be awakened. This spirit isn't born in comfort. It's forged in struggle, pressure, and moments of brutal honesty with yourself. You didn't arrive here by accident. Somehow, against all odds, you showed up. Now, the question isn't whether you can handle the next challenge. It's whether you're ready to choose growth when most would settle for ease. Determination is not loud. It doesn't boast. It doesn't ask permission. It quietly says, I will move forward even when every part of me wants to stop. It is the force that makes you lace up at dawn when your bed feels warm. It's waking up tired, frustrated, unmotivated, but still choosing to take action. Determination shows up before the applause comes. It doesn't wait for confidence. It builds confidence. There will be days when your energy fails, your motivation fades, and your mind whispers excuses. That's exactly when determination is most powerful, because it is the voice that says, this matters more than how I feel. Resilience is not bouncing back the way you were before. Resilience is carrying experience, admitting it hurt, feeling it deeply, and still moving forward with humility and lessons learned. When life knocks you down, resilience is the part of you that refuses to stay there. You rise, you rebuild, you reframe. You don't pretend you weren't beaten. You prove that you're unbroken. That unbending center of your heart and soul is what defines you when external circumstances are chaotic. In the darkest moments, when the world seems to conspire against you, your response becomes everything. Do you give in to bitterness, fear, frustration? Or do you say, I am more than this moment? I am the sum of every challenge I've overcome. Determination and resilience aren't just tools. They become your identity. You become the person who doesn't quit, who doesn't retreat, who doesn't shrink. You become someone who backs themselves harder than the world pushes back. The journey ahead isn't going to be linear. You'll win sometimes. You'll lose sometimes. You may even fail and fail again. But resilience is not about avoiding failure. It's about allowing failure to become a stepping stone, to allow setbacks to deepen your determination, to face defeat and say, next time I fight harder. Every setback is data. Every mistake is feedback. Every failure is the tuition payment for the education of your soul. There will be voices, external and internal, telling you you're not capable, that you don't deserve success, that this isn't realistic, that you should doubt, stop, retreat, settle. Those voices exist not to intimidate you, but to test you. Your inner voice, the one that says, I deserve better, I can do more. That's the one that matters most. Feed it with clarity. Feed it with action. Feed it with small wins. Discipline builds it. Routine reinforces it. Success affirms it. Resilience is found in the moments when you stare at fear and say, I hope fear feels me show up anyway. When you decide to keep battling, even if nobody's cheering. When you continue when the timeline grows longer and hope begins to feel fragile. Determination is the engine that says, I may bend, but I will not break. You don't break on the outside. You flex within, returning stronger, smarter, wiser. You must understand that your environment will not become easier just because you wish it would. It often becomes more challenging. And that's how you grow. That's how resilience becomes second nature. The resistance you face doesn't build weakness. It reveals strength. The pressure you feel isn't meant to crush you. It's meant to activate the deeper parts of you. Every new beginning is preceded by the end of something else. Every chapter requires that you close the previous one. Resilience is not moving forward with nowhere to go. It's moving forward with nowhere to go but up. Determination is not about getting more comfortable. It's about building comfort in the struggle. Stop waiting for the conditions to be perfect. They never will be. You will always feel imperfect, underqualified, unprepared. That's the human experience. Greatness does not wait for permission. It demands persistence. So you make the decision now to persist anyway, to rise again and again, because each fall becomes a foundation. You don't get strong by lifting easy weights. You get strong by lifting what challenges you. You don't become resilient by weathering only sunny days. You become resilient by facing storms and staying rooted. So, challenge yourself. Push your limits. Take on tasks that scare you. Fatigue will come. Doubt will come. But when you see them, keep going. One day, when you look back, you won't remember the exact moments you struggled. You'll remember that you didn't stay there. You'll see scars transformed into symbols, pain into progress, discomfort into growth. That transformation doesn't come from magic. It comes from consistency. It comes from the quiet voice every morning that says, I will take one more step. Make no mistake, being resilient doesn't mean you're unaffected. You will be affected. Your heart will break. Your dreams may stall. You may feel powerless. But resilience is the power to reclaim yourself, reframe your path, and restart. It's the absolute refusal to leave your best self behind, even when life tries to take you down. Determination and resilience together form a powerful alliance. Determination pulls you into the arena. Resilience keeps you standing when the battle gets messy. Determination gives you purpose. Resilience gives you momentum. When you have both, excuses fall away. When you have both, growth becomes inevitable. When you have both, impact becomes inevitable. You must feed your mind with reminders. Every morning, choose your mantra, your intention, your focus. Ask yourself, what would the best version of myself do in this situation? Then take one step in that direction. Not because you feel like it, but because your future is worth it. Discipline becomes your superpower when motivation fails. There will be times when your only way forward is to breathe, hold on, and keep going. In those moments, know that your strength is not in escaping discomfort. It's in daring to continue through it. That continued action builds clarity. That clarity builds confidence. That confidence becomes conviction. Your path will cross with others who gave up, others who settled, others who didn't believe you could. Let that fuel you. Not to prove them wrong, but to prove yourself right. Because the best version of you should be someone no one can talk out of being you, not even yourself. Step after step. Hours turned into days. Days turned into months. Months turned into years. Nobody sees the daily work. Nobody cares about your sacrifice except you. And that's enough, because each brick laid in silence is building something powerful, strong, unstoppable. One day you'll look in the mirror and barely recognize the person there. That reflection won't simply be someone who survived. It will be someone who refused to settle, who demanded more of life, who gave more of themselves. That person didn't luck into greatness. They grew into it. It's not about how you start. It's about how you continue. It's not about the initial burst. It's about staying lit when the flame feels weak. It's not about starting strong. It's about finishing stronger. And that's resilience. That's determination. That's what the journey requires. Keep showing up. Keep building. Keep responding. Let your life be a message, not of excuses, but of execution. Not of fear, but of fire. Not of what you could have done, but what you chose to do. Your story matters. Your power matters. Your life matters. And above all, you matter. Your purpose deserves every ounce of effort. Your future deserves, your dreams deserve your grind. Your spirit deserves your belief. Claim your determination. Guard it. Live it. Become it. You'll stumble. You'll get tired. You'll wonder if it's worth it. That's not a sign to stop. That's a sign to deepen your roots. Strength doesn't grow in the absence of pressure. Courage isn't forged in safety. When the noise in your mind says you're done, that's the moment you become more sure, more focused, more relentless. Because that inner voice that whispers enough is the same voice that's challenged you before. And when you refuse to succumb, you teach it that you will never give in. There's no magic button you can press to skip those deep trenches. Transformation is not fast. It's not easy. It's daily. It's invisible to everyone but you. Some days, the progress is so small you won't notice it, but a ripple becomes a wave. Minutes become hours. Small decisions become outcomes. You will get to a place where your future self will look back in awe, not because nature gifted them something, but because they chose not to stop. You might question your path when others don't see the effort. When everyone around you tolerates comfort, you stick out like a lighthouse in a fog. But the light is not meant for you. It's meant to guide others who are lost. One day, people will wonder how you became unbreakable. Let them, but you don't need their validation, only your own. Resilience looks like picking up missing pieces and choosing to rebuild. Like choosing to keep creating even when critics mock you. Like pursuing your dreams in mental silence, in emotional pain, in financial instability. Because you see something bigger than the moment. You see potential. You see truth. You see your legacy. At some point, you'll hit a wall, a place where doubt becomes loud, where fear feels wise and right, where the easiest path is the one going back. Do not take that path. Do not retreat. That wall is where growth hides. That wall is where the old version of you stops and the new version begins. You either climb or you find comfort. But comfort ends up being regret. Resilience chooses growth. You may question, why am I doing this? Let the answer come from clarity, not chaos. Reconnect with your why every morning. Know it so deeply that distractions feel irrelevant. Let your purpose light up decisions that feel hard. And let your perseverance carry you when clarity is weak. There will be people who try to tear you down, but that only shows that you're moving in the right direction. When people hate, it often reveals that you're on your way up. Use that hate, that doubt, as fuel. Let it remind you that you're doing something bold, that you're not staying silent, that you're not being average. Your journey will be lonely at times. Greatness requires solitude. But solitude is not loneliness when it's filled with purpose. It is not isolation when it's inner strength. It becomes solitude that sharpens you, builds your resilience, and lets you move through life unshaken when storms come. Don't fall into the trap of thinking that the struggle doesn't matter. It does. Every tear, every sore muscle, every sleepless night, those are growth signatures. Even if nobody applauds, even if nobody understands, you're writing a story that will matter. Your future depends on it. Do not let temporary pain ruin your permanent growth, because success is measured not by the moments of comfort you find, but by the mountains you climb when you're exhausted. Not by how fast you finish, but by how you act when urgency fades. Not by how many people watched, but by how well you showed up when no one was there. You will need patience. You will need trust. You will need faith, not in the world to reward you, but in yourself to keep going. There will be times you learn more from failure than you ever learned from triumph. Let those lessons teach resilience. Let those moments sharpen determination. Understand that excellence is not a destination. It's a commitment. You don't arrive, then relax. You arrive, then raise the bar again. Because the best version of yourself doesn't settle. It evolves. Every day, every hour, every habit. Your mindset will become your lifeline. Garbage in, trash results. Growth in, transformed life. Feed your mind with truth, with hunger, with the stories of people who persevered. Let that influence shape your will. Guard your mental diet fiercely. You will taste disruption. You will be removed from your comfort zone. Good. That's where miracles live. That's where you stretch. That's where you remember how much power you carry when you say, not today, to doubt. Not today, to fear. Not today, to laziness. Your discipline will birth confidence. Your confidence will birth conviction. Your conviction will birth unstoppable action. And action, consistent action, will birth results. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. Make the decision. You will not quit on yourself. You will not fold under pressure. You will rise when others sleep. You will build while others ignore. You will become the person who inspires others to stop negotiating with their greatness. You will be living proof that determination and resilience can rescue dreams. You will let your pain fuel compassion. Your resilience become leadership. Your determination become influence. And your influence will extend beyond your life to others who need to see what's possible. This is your call to arms, not for battle, but for creation. Not for competition, but for excellence. Not for applause, but for authenticity. The only person you need to prove anything to is yourself, and beating yesterday is enough to win. Every minute counts. Every choice counts. Every effort counts. Don't let another digital tab, scroll, excuse, or illusion steal your seconds away. Time is your most valuable asset. invested in yourself. You're not going to be weak forever. You're not going to stay small. You're not going to leave life unfinished. You came with potential. You've done more than you thought possible. Let that trend continue. Let resilience define your story. Let determination be your standard. There will be triumph. There will be loss, and both will shape you. But who you become in between, stronger, sharper, unshakable, that's your prize. That's your purpose. That's your path. That's your comeback. This script will eventually end, but your journey won't. It's just beginning. And as long as you refuse to become mediocre, refuse to quit, refuse to excuse, refuse to shrink, you are undefeated. Your future version is waiting for the moment you choose you, totally and fully. So keep building, keep rising, keep grinding. Be resilient, be determined, be yourself, evolved. When the journey stretches on, when your body aches and your mind questions why, that's exactly where determination steps in. It's the silent decision you make in moments when everyone else has given up. It's the whisper in your head that says, I will finish what I started. Every time you follow through when it's hard, you teach yourself that pain is temporary, progress is permanent. Resilience isn't about being unshakable. It's about knowing you will get knocked down and still stand up. You're not made of glass. You're tempered steel. Every setback, every disappointment, every frustration serves a purpose. It's not meant to break you, but to test you. And from those tests, determination arises. With every test you pass, you gain a little more faith in yourself. When life feels like it's pushing you towards surrender, remember, the strongest steel is often molded by the hottest flames. If you're undergoing challenges, it's not a coincidence. You're being forged for a purpose far beyond comfort. You're being prepared for something greater. Let that thought awaken you each morning, that your sacrifice, your pain, your resistance, it's all shaping something powerful. Your mission is not a sprint. It's not even a marathon. It's a lifetime race. 1 hour, one decision, one action, one day at a time. And while the world seeks rapid gratification, you settle for depth. Because depth lasts. You trade comfort for character. You trade instant reward for long-term impact. Let everything you do prove this truth. You refuse to let your past define you, your fears confine you, or your failures stop you. Your past is not your prison, it's your platform. Your fears are not your sentence, they're your signal. Your failures aren't your tomb, they're your training field. Keep moving. When everything in you cries out to stop, whisper to your heart, not today. Keep going until your tired muscles become your allies, until your struggles become your testimony, until your survival becomes your story, a story of someone who refused to fold, who refused to compromise, who refused to accept anything less than their growth. Your best self isn't waiting on the other side of comfort. It's living in the discomfort with courage, training in the uncertainty with faith, building in the silence with discipline, and thriving in the aftermath with gratitude. Let your journey be a message to others that obstacles are optional, not permanent, that we can become unstoppable when we choose to outlast anything that tries to break us. Resilience isn't silent endurance. It's deliberate persistence. Determination isn't reckless force, it's focused discipline. Together, they're not just survival tools, they're the blueprint for greatness. And you're worthy of that greatness. You're capable of that greatness. You've begun showing up long enough to prove that. So continue to stand tall in your fight, even if it's been long, even if it's been lonely, even if it's still unclear. Your resolve is louder than yesterday's doubt. Your momentum is stronger than fear's whispers. Your spirit is more powerful than any obstacle you've met. Keep building, keep believing, keep becoming. This is your reminder to stay strong, to rise despite tiredness, to smile despite setbacks, to show up despite opinions, to keep moving despite confusion, to bet on yourself despite odds, to live boldly despite fear. You're not ordinary. You're becoming extraordinary. And ordinary people make extraordinary choices when they decide to outlast their excuses. You don't need luck. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need approval. You just need the courage to refuse to stop. Today, tomorrow, and the day after. Yes, you're still here. That says something. That means you're listening. That means you're called. So go ahead and walk through your storms with determination and resilience as your anchors. Let your life prove that greatness isn't about never falling. It's about refusing to stay down.